Hi, kindergartners. I hope you're having an awesome day. We are going to read a story together today. And when we're done reading the story, we are going to be doing some writing with it. I'm wondering how many of you are wondering why I'm sitting in front of my refrigerator, and I'm going to tell you why. I do not have anywhere to write at home, like a whiteboard. So I took all the magnets and papers off my fridge and discovered that my refrigerator can be used as a whiteboard. So if you have a white refrigerator at home or a white dishwasher, that's something that you can do as well. Make sure you ask your parents if it is okay first. The story that I'm going to read is called Little Blue Truck. I want you to look at the title. You're going to see the sight word little. You're going to see the color word blue. And then this last word we can sound out. Truck. Awesome job. The author of my book is a lady named Alice Schertle, and the illustrator is a lady named Jill McElmurray. And we know that an author is a person who writes the words, and an illustrator is a person who draws the pictures. Now I want you to look at the front cover of my book, and look at the animals, look at the truck. I want you to start to think in your big smart kindergarten brains, is this story going to be nonfiction real or fiction fake? When I look at the picture, I see a truck with animals in it, and the animals are doing things that animals might not really do. It looks to me like there is a toad driving the truck. It looks to me like they're all just hanging out going for a drive, and I know that real animals wouldn't do that, so I know that this book is going to be fiction fake. If you had the same thought as me, give yourself a pat on the back. All right, you ready? Here we go. Horn went beep. Engine purred, friendliest sounds you ever heard. And as we're reading this, you're going to hear so many rhyming words, and we might stop for a couple of them, but if you hear a rhyming word, I want for you just to touch your ear. That's going to let me know and your parents know that you're listening. Little blue truck came down the road. Beep, said Blue to a big green toad. Toad said croak and winked an eye when Little Blue Truck went rolling by. Did you hear that one? By an eye. Think of another one. Sheep said baa, cow said moo, oink said a piggy, beep said Blue. Cluck said a chicken and her chick said peep. Ma, said the goat, and Blue said beep. Neigh, said a horse. Quack, said duck. Beep, said the friendly little blue truck. I wonder where that truck is going. What do you think? Honk, yelled a dump truck coming through. I've big, important things to do. I haven't got time to pass the day with every duck along the way. Look at that duck. He didn't even stop for him. He is not being very polite. Room went the dump around the curve. He saw a puddle and tried to swerve. Into the mud went the big fat truck, and his big important wheels got stuck. I want you to look. He's stuck right there in the mud. And then I want you to look at the other animals. Look at what they're doing. They're kind of just staring at him. His heavy-duty dump truck tires were sunk down deep in muck and mire. Honk, cried the dump, and he sounded scared, but nobody heard or nobody cared. So the animals are not wanting to help him get unstuck. Why do you think that is? I'm wondering if it's because, and we can always go back and look, he was pretty rude to them here. He just yelled at them and said, get out of the way, I'm more important than you. And so now the other animals don't really seem to care that he's stuck. What would you do? Would you care that he was stuck? Then into the mud, bump, 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 came the little blue truck to help the dump. Little Blue pushed with all his might. Now Blue and Dump were both stuck tight. So Little Blue Truck came to help him and pushed and pushed and pushed, and now they're both stuck. Now, I think it's pretty special that little blue truck, look at how tiny he is compared to the dump truck. And he didn't care that the dump truck was being rude. He still wanted to be a helper, which I think is really, really important. So now they're both stuck. I wonder what's going to happen. Help, 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 cried the little blue truck. Beep, 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 I'm stuck, I'm stuck. Everybody heard that beep, beep, beep. The cows came running with the pig and sheep. So now the animals are coming to help because Blue is stuck. And I'm wondering if the animals are wanting to help Blue because he's a kind friend and he's not rude to them. Head to head and rump to rump, they all pushed Blue, who pushed the dump. Then they couldn't quite budge that heavy load. Then who hopped up but a big green toad? Did you hear those rhymes? Load and toad. Look at him. So all of the animals are trying to help and they can't do it, but then the little toad comes up. All together, 1, 2, 3, one last push and the trucks were free. Whew, they look tired. Look at them. Thanks, little brother, said Dump to Blue. You helped me and they helped you. Now I see a lot depends on a helping hand from a few good friends. So I think the dump truck is realizing that maybe he should be kinder. And if he was kinder, maybe he would have more friends. And if he had more friends, maybe he would have been helped sooner. Beep, said Blue, who wants a ride? Everybody scrambled to jump inside. Oink, quack, ba, moo, cluck, peep, neigh, croak, ma. And then the very last page. Read it with me. Beep, beep, beep. So that's the end of the story. And you had a job in the beginning of the story. And that was to think about how the dump truck and how the other characters in the story were friends and how they were good friends. And then I asked you to think about how you can be a good friend. So I am going to move a little bit and I'm going to have you guys watch me. We're going to write and I'm going to start. Now, I know when I'm writing a sentence that I always need to start with, a capital letter. Good writers always start their sentences with capital letters. I also know that when good writers are working, they always use a finger space in between their words. They always use their best handwriting. They try their best to sound words out, and they use a punctuation mark at the end. They can use a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. So I'm going to write, and I hope you guys can see this okay. We are going to write I, finger space, and what's that word? Can. What's that word? Be. Now, I don't have enough room over here, so I'm going to go to the next line. I'm going to write the word good. A good. Now I want to try to write the word friend. And parents, remember when your kiddos are writing at this stage, they may spell words that are not correct, but as long as they're using their sounds, we are going to praise them and tell them good job. So I want you to watch how I write the word friend. Okay, I'm going to use my finger space and I'm going to write and. Now, grown-ups, you might be looking at that and thinking you forgot a letter, Mrs. Dews, and you know what? I did. I know that there should be an I right here, but when we're 5 and 6 years old, we don't know all of those rules. So if your kiddo writes it like that, you are going to praise them and tell them awesome job. I can be a good friend, and I'm going to write the word bye. And now I want for you to think about how can you be a good friend, kindergartners. We have practiced all year long. We've spent so much time talking about things that we can do to be helpers, things that we can do to be kind. And I want for you to think now about what you can do to be a good friend. because that's what you're going to be journaling about today. So I'm going to put my idea up here, and I don't want you copying mine. I want you to be clever and come up with your own. So I can be a good friend by, let me think. Now I'm trying to write helping, and I know that it needs those 3 letters at the end. What 3 letters say ing? I-N-G. I can be a good friend by helping. Now I want to try to write the word them. And at the beginning of them, I hear a digraph. Yep, T-H. M. So I can be a good friend by helping them, and I want to write the word if, and I can sound this one out really easily. I'm going to put my finger space. If. Now I'm going to go down here and write the word they. That's one of our sight words. If they. Oh, and then I'm going to try to write the word are. That's another one of our sight words. And I remember that are song. Oh, the seal at the zoo says to me, first an A, then an R, then an E. Hopefully you're remembering those songs. I can be a good friend by helping them if they are, and I'm going to write the word hurt. Parents, I want you to watch this too, okay? Because I know as a parent, sometimes we want to correct our kids when we know that it's not perfect, but I want you to watch me write the word hurt. Now, I know that the word her is spelled like this, so your kiddos might write hurt. And you know what? That's going to be okay. We're going to praise them. As grown-ups, we know that this is a you, but when we're 5 and 6 years old, we are working through everything and we are going to give them lots of praise. So, boys and girls, I have one more thing that I need to add to the end of this, and it is my punctuation mark. Now, I know that I have those 3 punctuation marks. I have my period, my question mark, or my exclamation mark. Boys and girls, I don't want to use a question mark because I'm not asking a question, so I've got these 2. Now, if I was making it a simple sentence, I can be a good friend by helping them if they are hurt. I would use a period. Or if I was excited when I said it, I could use my exclamation mark. And I think I'm going to use that because I get pretty excited when I get to be a good friend. So let's take a peek at our sentence and see what we think. Did I start with a capital? Yep. Did I use my finger spaces? I did. Now they look like separate words. Did I use my best handwriting? I think so. Did I sound out to the best of my ability? I did. And did I have a punctuation mark at the end? I did. So I've got a lot of good things going on in my sentence. So kindergartners, what I challenge you to do is I want for you to use this story starter or journal starter. I can be a good friend by. And I want for you to come up with your different ideas as to how you could be a good friend. There's so many different things that you can do to be a good friend, boys and girls. You can share, you can include others, you can ask somebody to sit with you at lunch, you can support a friend when they are struggling on an assignment. So those are all different things that you can do to be a good friend. These activities, boys and girls, are optional. Your parents knows what that means. But I just think that it's important that you get to see me every now and then. I miss you like crazy, and I hope that you're working so hard at home. I know that this situation is really tricky. I'm struggling with it. My own children are struggling with it. Talking to your moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, it sounds like some of you are struggling with it. But I want you to know how proud I am of you, and that hopefully this will all be over soon and that we will get to be together again. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.